This channel won't survive without your subscription and likes. Help me. Randy planted a free HUGS sign in front of a royal guard, expecting laughs, hype, and viral fame. But when he crossed the line, things took a sharp turn. The guard moved, and within seconds, everything spiraled out of control. But what happened next? That was a full-blown disaster. Let's start from the beginning. London. Just before noon, a crowd of tourists gathered in front of Buckingham Palace, buzzing with excitement, snapping pictures, pointing at the guards with awe. Some behaved properly. Others were like Randy. This 32-year-old American was that guy, the one you could find at any large event. Too loud, too confident, and completely incapable of considering consequences. His blonde hair, slicked back with enough gel to qualify as a hazard, looked like he was ready to star in a shampoo commercial. And his smile. Oh, that smile. It screamed to the world that he considered himself the genius of fun. His outfit matched his personality. A yellow jacket so bright it could blind someone, ripped jeans, and white sneakers that had clearly seen better days. He radiated smugness as he stood before his British victims. But he wasn't alone. Next to him was his buddy Derek, a sturdy brunette in a black leather jacket, wearing an expression that read, "Don't ask, I'm just here for the ride." "London, baby! Time to make history!" Randy bellowed, rummaging through his backpack. Derek lazily chewed gum, his eyes showing he was way too sober for this circus. "Dude, are you serious?" he finally asked when Randy pulled out something weird. A sign. A small, sloppily written cardboard sign, outlined in marker, with big red letters, "Free HUGS." Yeah. That moment when an idea only seems brilliant inside an idiot's head. Randy, blissfully unaware of the impending disaster, smirked confidently. "Relax, bro. This is gonna be legendary." And before Derek could remind him that the Royal Guard really weren't hug enthusiasts, Randy planted the sign right in front of an unflinching guard. The guard was intimidating. Tall, solidly built, with a stone-cold face that made even the most uptight British lords seem as expressive as a telenovela character. He stood like a statue, unblinking, motionless, completely indifferent to the circus unfolding at his feet. But that was a mistake, because if you don't react to Randy, he takes it as an invitation. An idiotic plan formed in his mind. He took a step forward, threw his arms wide, and, like a character in a low-budget rom-com, declared, "Come on, bro, it's free." The crowd erupted in laughter. Phones came out, cameras rolled, someone was already texting in WhatsApp. "Dude, this American is actually insane. The Queen's Guard won't like this. Bet you £5 he's getting kicked out." Meanwhile, Derek slowly covered his face with his hand. "Bro, this is the worst plan of all the bad plans." But Randy wasn't listening. He was convinced he was about to make history. The only problem? The guards don't have a sense of humor. Dead silence. For a moment, it felt like even the tourists' cameras stopped clicking, the birds stopped chirping, and the air itself froze in anticipation. The guard didn't move. Randy stood there, arms still open in a ridiculous gesture, grinning like a second-rate comedy show host. The crowd broke first. "Come on, dude, you got this," someone shouted, clearly eager for chaos. A few more voices chimed in. "Do it! Hugs for the win! Bro, break the system!" That was the mistake. Randy took the cheering as a blessing, and throwing his head back like he was basking in a standing ovation, began moving forward. Very slowly. So slowly it looked like he'd switched to slow-motion mode. He stretched out his arms in a ridiculous embrace, leaning forward like he was in some low-budget romantic flick, inching closer to the unyielding guard. The crowd laughed, clapped, recorded everything. The guard didn't even blink. This didn't just annoy Randy, it motivated him. "Oh, come on, don't be like that. he cooed, dramatically flicking his wrist. But the guard remained a statue. Randy realized jokes alone wouldn't work. He needed action, a bold move. And of course, his brain had no normal ideas, so he did the worst thing possible. He put his hands on the guard's shoulders. The laughter in the crowd turned into a collective gasp. He touched him. The guard instantly took a sharp step forward and shoved Randy away with force. Randy didn't expect that. He flew backward like a sack of potatoes, crashing onto the ground, landing flat on his back with a painful thud. And as he hit his tailbone, he let out something very, very explicit. The crowd exploded in screams and whistles.
"Holy shit!"
someone yelled.
"Hell yeah!"
Derek, in disbelief, was already uploading the video to TikTok with the caption, "Guard vs. HUGS, insane." Randy clutched his lower back, wincing. But instead of accepting defeat, he did what only the craziest idiots do. He stood up. He was smiling. "Hey man, don't be mad. It's just fun, right?" he said, winking, still hoping to lighten the mood. The guard remained unresponsive. He didn't care. But Randy? Oh, Randy wasn't done. In his eyes, you could see the thought, "Okay, you want to play hardball? Then take this." And he did it. He leaned in and went for a kiss on the guard's cheek. The crowd screamed. Someone dropped their phone. Derek froze, mouth hanging open. At that moment, the joke officially stopped being funny. It became a disgusting spectacle. It all happened in a fraction of a second. The crowd was still laughing. Cameras were still rolling. Derek was still holding up his phone, having captured the exact moment Randy leaned in, lips puckered, aiming for the guard's cheek. But before this farce could reach its final stage of humiliation, something no one expected happened. The guard came to life, and not just came to life. He exploded like a triggered landmine.
"Stand back!"
The voice was like a thunderclap. The crowd gasped. Randy jerked back so fast his face instantly drained of all color. This wasn't just a yell from someone who'd had enough. This was a military command, delivered with the force of someone who would not hesitate to back it up. But even that wasn't the worst part. In the next second, the guard stepped forward. And it wasn't just a step. It was a march. He lifted his rifle, bayonet fixed, and pointed it directly at Randy. This just got real. The crowd stopped laughing. Someone audibly gasped. A girl holding up her phone covered her mouth with both hands, unable to believe what she was seeing. Randy turned ghostly pale. He finally realized he had gone way too far. But the scariest part? The look in the guard's eyes. He wasn't angry. He wasn't annoyed. He was completely calm, as if he had to use that bayonet, he wouldn't hesitate for a single second.
"Oh, shit!"
Derek yelped, shoving his phone away like even recording this could somehow get him arrested. Randy instinctively stumbled backward, then another step. But his legs betrayed him. He tripped over his own sneakers and crashed onto his ass. Now, he looked like nothing more than a pathetic pile of embarrassment. The crowd erupted. Some laughed in nervous shock. Others shouted, "Oh my God!" Parents started grabbing their kids and hurrying them away. And that's when security appeared. They came rushing in from the palace gates. Black suits, stone-cold faces, swift, efficient movement. They weren't going to ask what happened. They knew what happened. The guard still didn't move. His rifle was still raised. The bayonet gleamed in the sunlight, and his posture made one thing very clear. He did not care about anyone's positive vibes. He was done with this circus. He wasn't tolerating another second of this nonsense. Bam! Before Randy could even blink, 3 massive security guards in black suits tackled him into the pavement. "Hey, wait! I didn't do anything wrong!" he screamed as they twisted his arms behind his back. "Stop resisting!" a voice commanded with cold authority. Randy thrashed like a fish out of water, but it was useless. The crowd didn't step in. quite the opposite. Everyone filmed. Everyone. Even Derek, who wasn't smiling anymore. He was still recording, but now, not as a friend entertained by a prank, but as a witness to a train wreck. Randy yelled, struggled, argued, but the guards didn't care. He tried to squirm free. They slammed him harder into the ground. The crowd applauded. Some whistled. Someone even shouted with delight. "Serves him right." Minutes later, he was dragged away, and Derek's phone had captured everything. Hours later, the internet explosion. Within hours, the footage blew up online. Idiot provokes military protocol, gets wrecked. Touching a guard, genius level, -1000. Free hugs? Bro, you'll be hugging yourself in a cell. The views skyrocketed. The comments poured in faster than bullets. This moron deserved it. So satisfying to watch him get taken down. How dumb do you have to be to touch a guard? Came, embarrassed himself, got deported. Great vacation. Final act. A one-way ticket. That same day, Randy was officially deported from the United Kingdom. Visa revoked. Ban from the UK 5 years. As he was escorted to the airport, he was still shouting, complaining. But who cared? His legendary moment? Now it was a meme that spread his humiliation across the entire internet. Guard versus hug-obsessed idiot. When you try to go viral, but you're the joke. When you try to break the system, but the system breaks you. From now on, every tourist who even thought about messing with the Royal Guard would remember one name, Randy, the idiot who forgot that British guards aren't Disneyland employees.